Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. It's the start of a new week. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. I did some organizing. I pulled some things out. I put some things away. My couch is now clear. It's clothing free. I don't know how long it's going to stay that way, but it's usually the place to perch all my articles of clothing that I can never seem to fit in the drawers. So in order to put everything in the drawers, I had to take some things out and purge those. And I have a nice little donation bag that's growing here. So that clothing will be donated. Before I start, let me do the disclaimer here. In no way, shape, or form am I sponsored, endorsed, or ambassador by any of the companies or items in which I speak of. I solely speak for them out of the goodness of my heart. I share them with my YouTube community, who I also consider my faraway friends. I am not affiliated with any content creators or vloggers of any kind. If I do mention them, it means that I like them truly from my heart, and that goes for a lot saying, that I really have to like them in order for me to mention them, you know, whether it be good or bad sometimes. So with that being said, let me discuss what I was talking about last week, and I was going to mention to you Primark. I have a concern for my location, Primark, at my mall. Last week I went in, which was, I want to say Friday. Yeah, I went in Friday. And I went in Friday, just walking around, just noticing, and I noticed the shirts, because I like the Disney shirts that are usually for $8. And I was scrounging through them, and I saw a nice little cute stitched shirt. Like, I need another stitched shirt, but I said I was all stitched out. But for the price that I was seeing for the stitched shirt, you know, it was kind of cool to grab it. And I did. They were originally $8. It was on sale for $4. And they had my size. Oh, Lordy. You know what? It was like my thing to move forward and say, you know what, Maureen, grab it. So I did. I grabbed the shirt. And this is the shirt. I don't know if I showed you. I don't think I showed you. And I got it in a 2X. Stick on 2X. Here it is. Here's the shirt. It is adorable. Right? Right. Okay. It's cute. I figured it was going to go with that little, well, I have numerous stitch bags, but I thought it was going to go cute with the denim stitch bag. So I'll wear this around one time. Okay, this shirt was $8 on sale for $4. So now I'm going over to the line, and I'm standing and I'm looking at the line. Now they have I believe they have 8 registers on one side, 8 registers on the other side. That's 16 registers. Okay. On this day, this was at 12:30 in the afternoon. There was 3 registers working on one side, and the other side was completely blocked off. It was like deserted. There was nobody there, and they had it blocked off so that you couldn't go. But there was nobody behind the registers anyway. Only 3 registers working. The line for the registers was going out of the section down through the store. And I'm going, well, is this really going to be worth me standing online? But you know what? For $4, I'm going to stand online. It's my size. I'm going to grab it. So as I'm asking people, you know, is this where the line? The lady says, no, back there. I says, oh, okay. I go to the other person. Is this the ending of the line? She says, yeah, it is. So there's another woman that's standing off to the side that's not online. And I mumbled something. She must have heard me. She had to have heard me, because then she turned around and we had this lovely conversation. And the conversation, and as I remember mumbling, like, what the hell are all the registers? Where's all the ringers? This is like, maybe they're out to lunch? Because it was 12:30. The woman heard me, turned around. She says, oh, no, they're not out to lunch. She says, we're very short staffed and nobody's showing up. She says, some of them are actually, they left. I says, left? Now, that intrigued me to talk to her. They left? She says, yeah. She says, a lot of them are moving on. They quit, and they're moving on to other things. She said some of them actually went to new locations. Now, remember, I told you, there's a lot of new locations that just opened. I was like, wow. Okay, so I struck up this nice conversation. I thought she looked familiar. And I says to her, wait a minute, do you work at the fitting room? She says, yeah. She says, I work at the fitting room. She said, that's me. I says, oh. I says, because I go, you know. She says, well, you look familiar. She says, I see that, you know, certain customers are usually here more times once a week. She says, I said, well, yeah, I'm here like every few days. So we struck up that conversation. We got into the thing with Primark. And I says, I made the comment. I says, wow. I says, people are leaving. I says, everything's empty. I says, here I am. So she says, what do you mean? I says, well, I applied for here. Last year, I believe it was last year, I think it was last year, I applied for them. I had the sit-down little mini interview with the people that were there with the tables and the folding chairs. They were taking, their recruiters. She says, oh, and you didn't get, I says, no. I says, but if everybody's leaving, maybe I got a better shot this time. So we were joking. So she says, let me tell you something. She says, a lot of people, she says, they're younger generation. She says, they just move on. Sometimes they do this job, maybe through the college thing. She said, sometimes people would be picking a job right now because of summer. And she says, nobody's really staying. I says, well, I'll be honest with you, I'm 57 years old. I says, I wouldn't mind staying. She says, oh, you're 57. She says, let me tell you something. She says, I'm 61. And I kid you not, these were her words. She says, I'm 61 years old. She says, and they're looking to push us out of here. She says, and I feel that. She says, and I know that. The jaw hit. My mouth went open. I says, oh. I says, I'm so sorry. Now, a lot of job markets, I do hear of things when you're hitting a certain age that they're kind of, they send you things in the mail, for the start of your retirement, if you're thinking of retiring, blah, 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 blah. They do this in the mail. And I was like, well, that's very interesting. I says, I'm very sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry. And we just had this wonderful other conversation. She did mention quite a few other things. And I says, well, you know what? I says, I will be honest with you. I go to quite a few Primarks. I says, I love this store. I brag about this store. I says, but I am not one of those people with content creating. I said, I do film some things in the store, and I'm being very honest with you. I do film a little things in the store for my channel. I said, I have a channel, but I am not endorsed, sponsored, and I don't look for anything from any of the companies. I says, I'm solely an independent. I said, I just share good information. So she says, that's wonderful. She says, because she says, a lot of people, she says, everybody's out to get something. She says, that's why they do this crap. I says, yeah, I can't say I blame you on that. Yeah, I had to agree with that. I did. I mean, it's nice to get offers. It's nice to get, I have never gotten one offer from anything. So I will be honest with you. I do get offers on my other Instagram channel, which is a private Instagram channel. That's my solely for close friends and family. This has nothing to do with Disney. I do get offers from Gothic jewelry companies, because I wear that stuff. I do. But I turn them down because, I look at the page and then it just doesn't look right to me, and I don't want to do that. That's not what I'm about. I wouldn't even do it for them. Why would I do it for other things? So I said, yeah, I get that. I says, but I go into other locations and I says, I'm starting to see videos of content creators. I says, they advertise numerous items. Their store locations in other Primarks seem to be a little bit more enticing. Their stores in other locations, the inventory seems to be more stocked than I am looking at right here in my own home area. I says, when I says, I've been coming to the store for 5 years. I went through the whole story with her. I says, coming here for 5 years, they had the home section. I bought sheets. I bought blankets. I bought things for my kitchen, plenty of kitchen towels. They're starting not to sell not even kitchen towels. I don't even see. The last ones I bought were the Winnie the Pooh set. Excuse my stomach right now. It's growling and it's very annoying because I don't even want to eat. But I had bought sheets, blankets. I says, for like the past before COVID, they were selling all that. I said, I noticed after COVID, the inventory in the store started to lack. I says, right now I'm noticing on the floor, displays are starting to lack. I said, it looks more like a rummage sale. I'm being honest with you, folks. And I told her this. She says, no, I get it. She says, that's why we're short-staffed. She says, you notice there's hardly nobody on the floor. She says, and right now, and she pointed this out. She says, I know 3 of them. She says, you see the 3 of them standing there? I says, yeah. Solely out of her mouth, she says, the 3 of them, she says, you'd think that one of them would have hopped on a register. She said, you see the line here, there's only 3 cashiers. She says, They're standing there looking at the long line. She says, hoping that nobody gets picked to go on the register. I said, wow. Yeah. I says, but they're playing with stock. I said, I see them playing with things. I says, but I don't see them, fixing anything or taking the time or making the effort to make it more presentable to a customer. And she says, oh, absolutely. So we were comparing back and forth. She says, you should work here. I says, well, she says, do me a favor. She says, if you do try again, she gave me her name. She says, I'm not in work right now. She says, I'm just getting to work now. Besides the fact, listen to this, they started her off on the 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. shift. That would be amazing for me. I says, that would be awesome. She says, well, I got news for you. She said, they took it away from me. I said, wow. She says, yeah, they gave me the afternoon to the evening to the closing shift. I went, wow. And they were open until like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. I was like, oops. She says, yeah, 10 to 2. She says, that's perfect. She says, this is why I feel that they're pushing us out. She says, it's like a discouragement. So that you get so discouraged that you go look something, for something else. And that's happening in a lot of jobs lately. That really is. And I just think that that's so sad. And I'm saying to myself, really for Primark. But you have to understand something. I'm sure the UK Primark, which is where they're originally based, does not do this to their employees. This is only a United States thing, I figure. Okay? Because the United States right now is going through numerous things. You see it. Oh my God, my stomach. Anyway. And I was shocked, surprised, but then again, I wasn't surprised. Because then I gave to her as a customer view what I am seeing. I said, I come in here every few days. I said, it is lacking. It is lacking. It really is, especially when you're watching other content creators now, and I'm watching other videos of vloggers. They go into a Primark. Everything is perfect. I know it's perfect. Half the time the store is empty because they have to go in there. Of course, they're being endorsed. I get it. But if you think you're pushing to sell something, I'll show you the real deal, okay? That's what I've been doing little by little. And you see that I have to pick up a pair of pants off the floor, and I have to pick, and I showed you what one of the bag displays looked like. It looked horrible. These people are working on the floor. They're working around the floor. Nobody sees this to take it upon themselves to fix that, okay? I'm seeing it little by little. I'm getting very... And I stated this to you a few months ago. I was getting a little nervous. Okay. And I hope it's not going to come true. I just hope it ain't. And I says to her, for all the new locations that are opening, the older location seems to be lacking. She says, oh, definitely. She says, definitely, because they're on to the next new thing. So I'm a little annoyed. Now, all the Disney content creators are coming out thinking that they just discovered, oh, it's a Disney. Look, they sell all Disney stuff. Hey, listen, I've been here for 5 years, honey. I've been here for 5 years doing this. You go back to look at my videos for 5 years when I first located to this place. I've been doing, I was very proud. I was very, I'm still, when I find something, it's good. So this was $4 marked down from $8. Okay, so I grabbed it. Yeah, it is the way it is. It's sad. So I just wanted to explain to you what that person confided in me about. And I think that's she gave me her name. So if I do want to try for it again. So, would I give it another shot? I would, because I'm in the area, I already applied for it, but didn't hear nothing. Okay. So that answers for me kind of a lot of questions. Maybe they heard my age. Maybe they heard, but, nobody just nobody wants it. Nobody wants, I don't get it. But anyway. Yeah, moving on to Disney's Tiana's Bayou Adventure. This is just getting worse and worse. This is an absolute dumpster fire. It is an absolute ridiculousness. It is beyond that. Now, as I explained to you last week, Disney Parks, which is Disney Parks' YouTube channel, Disney Parks was the ones that posted Tiana's Bayou Adventure, the ride-through. Okay? But as I stated to you, that they did not show the full ride. They only showed the cute parts. That was with all the animatronics. They did not show you all the dead spots. People are now realizing this. The backlash that page is getting, it is a wonder that nobody shut the comments off already. It gets pretty brutal. Brutal to the point where I think the Disney company should actually pay attention to this. it's mean-spirited, but it's the truth as mean-spirited. I also put in my 2 cents on it. Stop. I also put my 2 cents in on it. And I stated what I stated. Mentioning about the fact with the salt mine. How could you be so cruel to, you know the history. How could you be so cruel to actually go with that idea anyway? What I am hoping, and I'm going to call this out the way it is. What I am hoping, because this ride is broken down again. It's on, it's off, it's on, it's off. It's been broken down more than it's been riding. A lot of content creators have not had the shot to ride it even for the first time for themselves. Okay. Certain content creators rode it. Of course, they're gonna love. It's so cute. It's so cool. Yeah, okay. Other content creators never even got a shot to ride it, so they can't even say that. I'm not even going to mention their names because they are totally ridiculous. They are huffing the pixie dust like you wouldn't believe through a straw. Okay? Yes, I just said that. It's brutal, but it's the honest truth. What I hope that happens is that I'm going to call this. Okay, that doesn't sound right, but whatever. What I am hoping for that may happen next is that they put a petition to get rid of that ride. That's what I'm hoping for. That's legitimately what I'm hoping for. So, if it happens, it happens. People make petitions for just about everything. They made petitions to bring back Jack Sparrow, and you can see where that went, right? Okay, that man is never going to set foot in there. They made petitions for this, for that. Make a petition for this. Take the ride down. Do yourselves a favor. Do yourselves that favor. Okay? Now, let's swing over to Tortuga's Tavern, which is the restaurant that's near Pirates of the Caribbean, Tortuga's Tavern. I think I'm saying that right. Yes, I am. Okay, you could say goodbye to Tortuga's Tavern because it's going to be closed down. That's it. It's over for that. Okay, that's number one. Big Thunder Mountain. You could say goodbye to that for possibly a year. They're going to be shutting that down soon because they need to redo the mechanics, and how it was explained is that the tracks. Okay, the tracks are not. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to say what I got to say after I say this. The tracks are, as it was explained, the timing and the senses seem to be off. The way the cars move, the way the cars stop, the way the cars tend to move when it's not even on command. They kind of stop off command. The mechanics are really screwed up as of now. This is what was told. And now I'm going to say what I said. If I was ever to go down there again, God help me, no way would I set foot on any of these rides after they even repair them. I wouldn't do it. So you'd say to yourself, well, what the hell are you even going down there for? Exactly. Okay, this year, not going may just be a blessing. Because by the time September comes, there's going to be a lot of crap that's not going to be in effect. That is not going to be in running capability. They're already telling you. Rock and Roller Coaster is supposed to reopen June 27th. But, okay, we know this for years that Aerosmith, which is the band that the ride is supposed to, be in honor of, Rock and Roller Coaster gift shop, they took down all the Aerosmith stuff. They had to do it. I'm waiting for them to take off Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. That has to come down. So I don't know, they got to take that name down because Aerosmith is not, I'm sure they don't even give two craps. They're probably like, who cares? I mean, we're millionaires. We ain't got nothing to do with it. So, you know what I'm saying? All the years of that ride. I had to build a tolerance to get on that ride, but I managed to do it for my 40th birthday. I surprised my husband. I says, let's do it. He went, are you sure? I said, yeah, let's do it. For my 40th birthday, I want to do something unusual. And I did. So, and then after that, I built up a tolerance to it. And it was a good roller coaster. I actually wound up loving it. Okay. Unfortunately, they're going to have to do something with that name because that's not right. So that will be reopened on the 27th. So you got certain rides that are reopening, but yet other rides that are closing. They're going to have to do something because It sucks. It sucks. How much more is an average park goer going to really take of this? You've got the content creators and the vloggers that are actually just keeping this afloat, and even they're starting to sink. They're going to other parks because there's no content to do this. So now I watched a vlogger, I'm not naming no names, I'm not doing it, who actually did the Universal thing. There was a special event of Universal. You pay, I think, $259, but it is unlimited. What I consider, I watched the video, it's unlimited delicious foods. You get full meals. You can go anywhere in the park and get meals, and you already paid for that. That I would be interested in. $259 for all you can eat food. And then you pay, you know, their passes. And I'm just trying to understand. Their passes seem to be totally different. I think it's like a 200 or 400 and so. I mean, I don't know the prices yet. I need to really learn some things. But you seem to pay the one park price the day per person. I think it's way over $200. But you get on all the rides. You're not paying per ride to skip a ride. You are paying to skip the line, standby line, on all the rides. That's the way I understand it. Now you got something going. That, to me, would seem to be, at this point, the better bargain. Because you're not being turned away. You're not having special, you know, you pay a little bit for the 20 for this. So what do you mean I pay another 20 for that ride? You just paid 20 to get on the, you know, for the app. Okay, so I'm here for the app. What do you mean I got to pay $20 to get on another ride? You see what I'm saying? It's going to cost you anyway, but at least this, for Universal, I see this. It may seem like a little bit more money, but it seems to be, in my opinion, the better bargain. And I need to learn so much more about it. I'm going to take the summer to really sit and try and understand. I don't know anybody that really does Universal. I asked one of my friends, and she can't seem to tell me. I said, yeah, but you go to the damn place. I mean, you know, it's like, again, dead from the neck up. I told you my friends are like this. I said, forget it. I don't even know why I bothered with you. But I need to speak to people on it. About the certain pass, you know, but it just seems to be so much better and a little bit more freer, okay? And the fact, even though with the wait times, you're not, I noticed a lot of people, and some of the vloggers even said this, you're not staring at your cell phone the entire time, which to me is awesome. Me, when I went in 2022 and then Genie Plus was actually out at that point, I didn't stare at my phone because I didn't do Genie Plus, so I didn't care. But this, you know, it just seems to be, you know, you've really got to weigh the options. Last bit of news for now, I'm going to actually let you in on. There was an article that was posted, and I had called this a few months back, and I says, watch this happen. This is going to happen. Well, it seems like it's going to happen. They don't have a set thing yet, but the rumor has it that Universal will open up Epic Universe earlier than expected. They have to do this. They have to do this. Now, as much as cruel that it's going to sound, being that I have been a Disney fan for a long time, again, this hurts my feelings, this hurts my soul that this would have been the 30th anniversary of us going down there, but it's going to be put on hold forever, how long for, depending on whichever way they decide to go. Whatever way they go is the way I'm going to determine next year. But I will put the reservation for next year for Disney just in case. Whichever way. Okay? Now again, this is not just on me. This is also on my husband. So I have to, you know, respect the fact that he has his feelings also. He has his opinions also. Now, another thing. We watched quite a few videos the other night, and he actually got into this. He watched WDW Pro. Then I switched over to another channel called That Park Place. They're all affiliated with each other. They're all interchanged with each other. They're mostly on each other's shows, discussing. Very, very, very informative. I've stated this to you for a long time. This is the seriousness for me being a Disney fan. Okay? Because this is what I want. I want to know the underground. I want to know what is happening literally behind the walls. Not just the rides. Okay? Yeah, so my husband was watching it, and, you know, he's starting to make his own opinions. And I think that's wonderful. And I think everybody should do that, obviously. But, you know, just not seeing it beyond a certain point. You need to look a little deeper. And that's what he seems to be doing now, my husband. So I'm just going with that, you know. And I says to him at the end, I says, what do you think? He went, this is like, I don't want to say the word, but this is pretty messed up. I says, yeah. So he's now getting, you know, he's been getting it for a long time, the gist of what is happening. I know some people, it's kind of hard to admit because it hurts. It hurts. I get that. To be honest with you, over 10 years ago, I am not the same person that I was 10 years ago to not love Disney. But hey, you're going to keep insulting someone. You're going to push them away. You're going to treat a person like crap. What is the person going to do? They're going to walk away from you. I got no problems doing it. That's the way I feel right now. Unless a miracle happens, they're going to have to do something really to impress me. They're really going to, I mean, they're going to perform. They need the Wizard of Oz, even though that's not their thing. They need a miracle in order to make me believe in them. Okay. Somebody else posted on the Disney YouTube thing, Disney Parks YouTube channel. It hurt. It hurt. And she said it like, wow, I never thought in my life that I would see Disney go down so much, but here we are. Hurt. It's the truth. Disney needs to listen. You know, you send out your little surveys and crap. You know, I do the surveys, but, you know, nobody's listening. Okay? You're just a dollar sign to them. That's got to stop. It's got to stop. So, all right, I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let me know your views down in the comments. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to leave a few links in the comments so that maybe if you guys are interested, you want to watch that, you know, watch some of the news things, watch what my husband had watched also. I will leave that in there. You know, I'm solely going to leave it up to you. You know, whether you wanted to watch it or not. Some people don't want to watch it because they don't want to know the truth. Hey, listen, that's on you. Okay? So, all right. Love to all. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. I'm going to head to the mall a little bit later because me and my husband are going to go out to dinner. We're waiting to be honest with you, we're waiting for our server to contact. My husband is very good friends with our server. So they're on each other's Instagrams. This is how good it is. And this server did something wonderful for our wedding anniversary, which this dude didn't have to do that. I was floored. But yeah, he did a wonderful, wonderful thing. He actually treated us to our dinner for our anniversary. He didn't have to do that. So there are a lot of good people in this world, you know. Sometimes they don't come your way, but sometimes when they do come your way, you cherish that. Really. Okay. Love to all. I'll talk to you soon. Take care, everybody. Have a great, great Monday.